Hi Vivian, I see you eating Panda Express. Why do you choose to eat at Panda Express with other options available to
I was just craving Panda Express and eating. I want to eat Chinese food because it's been a long time I haven't ate any Chinese food.
you? Do you usually order Panda Express?
No, I usually make food and eat at home, but then today I don't have time because I only have a 1 hour gap between classes.
I see there's a long line in Panda Express. What did you do when you wait in line?
When I was waiting in line, I was thinking about what food to order.
Do you look at the menu or the food itself?
Um, I did both because, like, in Panda Express, there's like many options where you could have like a combo of three, a combo of two, or like a bowl. So I looked at the menu for that, but when I was picking food, I looked at which food looks like the best or appetizing to me.
Do you look at a cell phone when you wait in line?
Yes, I don't. I checked my emails while waiting in
Can you describe the process when you order food at Panda Express?
line. So there was a really long line in Panda Express. While in line, I was looking at like what combo should I get, wondering like, oh, am I very hungry or should I just get a bowl to eat? Then when it was my turn, well, the guy before me was looking at his phone and he wasn't paying attention when lady was asking like, oh, it's his turn to order. So then I tapped on her and like told him to like it's his turn, and then after he ordered, it was my turn, and they were really fast. They were just like, "Oh, what do you want?" And then like they moved on to another customer after he told them, and like change person to serve you.
Do the cashier greet you, like say how are you, or you just hand them money or card to pay for the food?
The cashier asked me if I wanted any drinks or if that all, and then I said that was all. So then I gave them money after that.
Do you get napkins or fork afterward after you order the food?
Yes, I went to the side to get a napkin and a fork, and then I was trying to look for a seat, but it was really crowded.
What goes through your mind as you choose a seat? Since the area is big, but also crowded.
Today was really crowded, so it wasn't. I can't like. Oh, I want to sit at this particular seat, so like whichever seat was available to me, I just like sat there. But I went through the place once and there was no seat, and then I finally saw another guy that was gonna leave or getting ready to leave, so I just stood there and waited for him.
Is there a time you fight for a seat with someone?
Uh, it's not that I wanted to fight for it, it was like at the same time I went to the same seat. So then it was just like whoever got there first gets to sit there. But I know that my roommate loves to fight for a seat.
What method did she use to try to get a seat?
She just walked really, really fast, and then she put her food down, and then she sat there. And then, like, since like the food was already on the table, those people just went to find another seat.
Do you usually eat alone? Do you usually eat alone or with friends?
When I have the option and my friends are free, then I rather eat with friends. But sometimes, like today, I had to eat alone because everyone has class or is busy, so they sometimes eat alone too.
Since you're alone, what do you do to prevent a stranger from sitting down next to you?
I usually don't really have an opinion if a stranger is sitting like across from me or next to me. Like especially if it's crowded, like I wouldn't be like, oh no, you can't sit here. But um, if I have to prevent a stranger from sitting down next to me, I would sit on a corner seat.
Do you feel uncomfortable if a stranger sat down?
Um, it depends on what the stranger does. Like if the stranger is just doing their own thing, then I wouldn't feel uncomfortable. But like if they are talking really loud, or just if they look uncomfortable, then I would start to feel uncomfortable.
What kind of stranger would you mind or not want to sit next?
I think the stranger that I do not want to sit next to is like if they um, are having friends with them too and they're chatting very loud. And like I would just start to feel awkward because like I'm sitting at the same table with them and like I do not want to eavesdrop, but like if they're talking really loud I can't help but eavesdrop. So I guess that, or like if there's the one that's like fooling around, I like feel I wouldn't like that.
I see. What kind of do you use your technology while you eat?
I usually use my phone. I like to call people if I'm eating alone, but if I'm eating with friends, then I usually don't use.
Then what do you do on your phone when you eat alone?
Sometimes I check my emails, other times I go to Facebook, and I also call friends and family to talk to them, to catch up with them since I have time.
Then what time do you spend on eating? I mean, on how long do you eat?
I usually eat for 30 minutes. Um, if I have more time, then I wouldn't like rush myself to eat within that 30 minutes. But like for instance today, I only have an hour gap between my classes, so I would eat as fast as I can.
After you finish eating, do you leave immediately or you just stay until your next class is almost time for your next class?
I feel like if the environment is very like comfortable, I would stay there until like my next class. But like if there's too much people or like people aren't finding seats, then I would leave and give them my seat.
Have you ever studied here?
Um, I study when I have to, which is like when there's like quiz coming up or midterm. But if there are like circumstances where I don't have to study for anything, then I would just eat lunch.
How productive are you studying while eating?
I would consider it semi-productive because like usually when I study like for life science classes, like it's memorization. So like when I eat, I can just like look over my notes and start memorizing. Whereas like if I don't, then I would have like less of a 30 minute or 1 hour studying.
Why did you think other students like to study in this area, even though it's like loud during lunchtime?
I feel like students like to study in this area is because maybe they don't have time to study at home, so like while eating they would study. So like it's less time consuming, or um, just so that they could have more time to study because maybe they eat a long time.
How do how do you block out the noises and distraction around you when you try to study and eat at the same time?
I usually just try to focus on what I'm doing instead of like paying attention to my surroundings. There's not, I don't find any way to like block out the noises because like apparently it's very loud. So it's just like staring at my notes or just trying to focus very hard.
What's going on through your head when you can hear a conversation from people next to you?
Um, if it's a bunch of people, like I can't do anything about it and just think of where else I can sit where there's not much noises. But if it's just like a certain people that is talking really loud, I would be like, oh my gosh, do they really have to talk that loud? Because like the people around them is like right next to them.
Are you more productive when your surrounding area is loud and distracting, or peaceful and quiet?
I am more productive when my surrounding area is peaceful and quiet, but sometimes I have no choice that I have to study where which is like today.
Is it hard to concentrate then?
It's harder to concentrate, but some circumstances I can't do anything about it.
What are some things you notice going on around you while sitting by yourself?
I notice some people like to study while eating. Some people like to watch movies on the internet. There are just many varieties of what people are doing while eating.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation.